Okay, so I'm sitting at home here, and I'm just doing what I do. I work at home behind the scenes, and I'm telling a story on my phone to what I believe is Rogers, who's recording it. So what I want you to look at here, Maggie or Claire, is this particular scene here. So that says restaurant, but not really. There's secret code language in here. If you look over here, that's Aunt. That's my name. That's my short name. That's what everyone calls me, Aunt. Hey, Aunt, what's going on? And if you look here, you got you are. So you are represents you are. And then you got to go over to here, which is the RES. RES is short for reservation. We are Shagin Res. Typically, though, you spell it with a Z, though, like a REZ. But most people use RES, which means for reservation. But if you take this S and then the T and then the A and then the R, you get star. So this particular video here, Mankind, the Hoobastank Reason song, it's connected to the Little Mermaid, who is African American in the newer versions. It's a representation of the lady who's monitoring me being potentially African American, and that's where I get that that I guess that investigation side from. So in this particular scene here, the lady she steps in front of a car and gets hit by the car. Well, I put that together with Joe Swanson from Family Guy, who's a police detective who's in a wheelchair. So that's where I get the paralyzed stuff from. And I'm not certain if she's African American or paralyzed, but those are the clues that I've been shown. So when you watch this video and you see the girl get hit by the car, that's what it represents: the person watching it getting struck by a car and becoming paralyzed. Um, Part of the thing about being paralyzed is when you're paralyzed, you can't have a climax. And when you climax here on planet Earth, you'll die because what they do is the human climax is what binds people's souls. So people save that climax until they become 23, and when they turn 23, they have a climax together, and then they bind their souls. Without that knowledge here, when we're all children and we're experimenting with ourselves and having that first climax, the evil people, they can teleport another person's consciousness or soul into your body, and it forms part of your personality. It's the devil on the shoulder type thing, and your soul is the angel on the other side of the shoulder. So because this person potentially has been paralyzed, she hasn't been able to have a climax, which means she's still human. She's alive. She's not a walking dead person. She's a person who's human and who can't have her soul displaced. And that comes from Titanium. I included the song Titanium because in Titanium, you'll see the kid at the beginning of the video kind of depressed. He looks depressed, like he's down on the ground crying around. But it's a representation of the lady being depressed at a young age, meaning she probably got paralyzed at a young age in grade school or high school and was very depressed. So that song Titanium is about having titanium rods in your back or titanium rods in your spine. And the song's lyrics are talking about being bulletproof. And the bullets ricocheting off of the person. That's metaphorical for meaning this person who I theorize is paralyzed is bulletproof. And she cannot be killed because you need to have an orgasm to be killed. So, because if you let somebody into your soul, say at 7 years old, you may last until the age of 27. That's the average age people actually die around here, around this planet, is 27. By climaxing every day for 20 years and eating the junk that they got here, not exercising, you kill your soul. So at the age of 27, like the 27 Club, most people die at that age of 27. They have a climax and that's it. They die, and then somebody takes over their body and pretends to be them. Well, this person that I'm talking to, I theorize the reason why they're paralyzed is because the creators made her paralyzed so that she could remain human to record me and have her third eye open and be my human amongst a bunch of liars pretending to be people who they're not, so she could reveal the truth. That I'm the good guy here, and that I have powers of observation that opens people's third eyes. So we're just got done watching Jake Gyllenhaal. So I theorized that she had a little crush on Jake Gyllenhaal, and I'm trying to set her up with Jake Gyllenhaal. So Jake, when you watch this, if you're the real Jake, you have a duty to marry this lady. Um, so what we're looking at here is in terms of Shallow. There's a particular scene in Shallow where um, the guy asks, "Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world, or is there something more you're looking for?" Which is about Jake Gyllenhaal, because I'm looking at him on Spicy Wings, and we're looking at a particular scene where they're eating hot wings with a mermaid on the bottle. And he says, "I like mermaids." But all of these clues are interconnected. You wouldn't know that the mermaid on the hot wings show that Jake Gyllenhaal is eating is connected to the Little Mermaid, who's African American. Who I might add in that particular scene, when the crab comes up with the seagull, they're having a conversation. He's like, "Something seems different about you. I cannot put my finger on it." And then the crab says, "She's got legs, you idiot," which is another metaphorical meaning for me to believe whoever's watching me is paralyzed. So the reason why she has legs is in the future, I'm going to get her fixed. If she comes forward, brings the tape forward, and helps save me, then when we can research the advanced technology, we could actually make her give her legs again. So that's what that Little Mermaid skit is about. So the Little Mermaid is her, which is connected to Jake Gyllenhaal. Mermaid on the bottle on Hot Wings or Hot Ones, which is connected to this Hoobastank one here. When you watch this video, Hoobastank, the reason you're gonna see a safe in the pawn shop. On the safe is a banner, and on the banner is a little mermaid or a mermaid. So that mermaid is the person at Rogers, Claire or Maggie, who may be African American or paralyzed, who's been monitoring this phone, and doesn't know that she's the Little Mermaid, who can save me, because in the skit, the Little Mermaid, or the trailer, the Little Mermaid, she saves the man from drowning, which is this person watching me saving me from drowning by bringing a video to mankind to clear my name. So if I can get this person to step up to the plate, I'll be safe. That's what this hidden meaning is. The mermaid on the banner just means when the banner gets ripped down and the safe is revealed, it's about her stepping up to the plate and saying, "I've been assigned to watch that guy." And one night, I actually I started paying attention to more of what he was doing, because I can imagine what they're doing at Rogers, right? Like if they see me searching up, some adult websites, she'll more than likely sends a red flag to their computers, and somebody gets like a notification on their phone that Anthony Oliver is looking at adult websites. You better go monitor him. So then she jumps on the monitoring screen, sees what I'm doing, and monitoring to make sure that I'm not breaking the law. But it's very difficult work. Like I don't think somebody's going to sit there, 24 hours a day and watch you 24 hours a day. There's a very fine time where I have to catch her at the most opportune moments, because I'm only one person. She probably looks after hundreds of people throughout Southern Ontario that she's been assigned to. So, she can't spend 24 hours a day with every person. So I have to be able to catch her at the most opportune moment, which means I have to catch her where I pique her interest. So if I'm watching something normal, and then I do my rewind things and I start talking to her using this phone, it may pique her interest. Like, it only takes 10 minutes to catch her attention. If I could catch her attention for 10 minutes, she may spend an hour with me. And then me talking to her for an hour is going to make her even more third eye aware, because I'll open up her third eye, and within that hour, and she'll be like, "Holy crap, I've never seen anybody talk to me like this through the phone." And, yada, yada, yada. After an hour, it's going to be even more interesting, and she'll spend even more time with me, like maybe 3 hours with me. Next thing you know, 3 hours turns into 9 hours, and then 9 hours turns into a complete day. And by the time the complete day is done, her third eye is awake. So I have to catch her for that 10 minutes and make her fully aware. So I theorized it. I just recently got a hold of her, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, for that 10 minutes, and now she's fully ingrained in what I'm trying to teach her. So this is just an example of what I'm trying to teach her, mankind. So what you're looking at here is me and you being the reservation, STAR, Res Star. You are reservation Anthony Star. But you also want to look at this word here, a saint. A saint is somebody who's, religious or whatever. But in terms of what we're dealing with here, a saint is somebody who's human. who hasn't died from a climax and is pretending to be somebody they're not. So because you can't climax, I've assigned you as being a saint. So that means saint. So you are ant, res, star, saint. You are that fifth angel in the Bible that comes down out of heaven and falls to the earth. People don't know that though. So you're that star. So when you watch this mankind, you want to know who all those stars are in biblical scripture. It's this person that's supposed to be, I theorize, is watching me, which I hope she is. So you are Anthony's reservation star saint. That's what that sign means. So in order for all of this to work out, you have to step up to the plate. You have to play your role as the little mermaid. That's what the banner means. When you see the mermaid on there and it rips it down and becomes safe, you're stepping up to the plate and protecting me from mankind by presenting yourself is going to make me safe. It'll make you safe. It'll make all mankind safe. That's what I want you to pay attention to. So typically mankind, I wouldn't make a video like this. I'd show her the safe, and then I usually type up words on I just type in the words that I'm trying to say. So I use broken English to get my message across. But in this case, I thought I'd make a special video for her, special video for mankind. She can understand what I'm doing behind the scenes here at home, because I should be working, like I should be developing my website to upload my book to it. I should be walking down the road, giving my jump drive to Charity Ritchie, because I'm supposed to get that. I'm supposed to rely on her to get that book to Jaden, but I'm not doing that. I'm busy talking to this other lady here because for me it's important. It's like another form of work, and for me I can just go down the road and give that jump drive to Charity tomorrow. But there's some other work I got to do aside from that, because I got to go see my cousin Darcy Ritchie. I got to show him that jump drive because he has his wife is first cousins with Charity and first cousins with Jaden. So by talking to Darcy, I could talk to Sheena, who then can take that jump drive. So I got to take my jump drive over to Darcy's and get that book put on a computer, and then I got to get one of them, either Sheena or Darcy, to put it on their jump drive, and then take that jump drive over to see Charity and give that jump drive to Charity, who can then read the book and then get a hold of Jaden to get her to read that book somehow, so they can. So it's out of my hands. That's my plan. But Darcy's at work. He doesn't get off work till 5 o'clock anyway. So there's no sense in me walking down the road until you get home from work, Darcy. So that's my plan. So I should be at work, but I'm not at work because I'm busy working in a different format. I'm trying to get through to this lady who's monitoring me, so that make her aware of how important her role is in saving mankind. So I'll go to work later. I'll deliver that jump drive later when Darcy gets home from work. And the website thing, well, that requires a little bit more investigation. I could probably get into that later this afternoon before I go see Darcy to figure out what website I want to pick out, and which new bookstore I want to, or new book publishing company I want to use to publish this book online, because Google Books, Kindle, and Amazon Books, they're the top three. They're just too many damn hurdles to jump through. So I'll go to work later, but I'm still working at home, mankind. So this is a different form of work for me. So, so what we're looking at here is Monte Carlo. That's basically gambling. I'm asking you, Claire or Maggie. Oh, I should mention about Maggie. There's a video that I used prior to this. There's a town over here where I live, about 40 minutes away, called Priceville. It was the African-American created town, settled by Canada, and African-Americans created that little town. And then the white settlers stole that town and kicked all the black settlers out of there. But there's a documentary there, and there was a lady there named Maggie, African-American lady named Maggie, in their graveyard where the people played baseball. They used Maggie's grave headstone as the home plate. So her name is Maggie, which is connected to Rod Stewart, Maggie May. Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. So that's where I come up with the name Maggie for this other lady. Anyway, back to the Monte Carlo. So the Monte Carlo is about gambling, Maggie. Don't gamble. Step up to the plate and fulfill your destiny. If you're watching me, which I hope you are, because I've been also told that none of this is real. None of this is real. Like, it's all designed by the AI and the spirits to get me to spin my wheels talking to somebody that ain't there. So there could be nobody at the end of this line. And I'm wasting my time when I should be going down the road doing all I can to save, get the book to Jaden. But like I said, my plan relies heavily on Darcy Q. Guzik being home and me talking to him later. So he doesn't get up work till later. So it's no skin off my back to, chill out for the day and, work, even if it is unofficial work. So, Monte Carlo has to do with gambling. Don't gamble. Step up to the plate and embrace your destiny. And get connected with Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake, this lady's your wife when you watch this. Only you don't know it, and she didn't know it. So, be that reservation star, Maggie. You are Anthony's reservation star, saint. So you're the reason that I'm starting over new. Jaden, you're the main reason why I'm starting over new. Jake Gyllenhaal. When you watch this and you didn't know that you had a different person that you're supposed to be married to, she's the reason why. The song could be applied to you, starting over new, and for you, Maggie. I'm the reason why, you should be starting over new. So we kind of both are the reasons, we need one another. So you're the reason why I could survive here on this planet, because you can step up and vouch that I'm not a bad person. Which would allow me time to, prove to Jaden that I'm a good person and that, she's the reason why I want to, start over again.